When I was young, I lived in a small village nestled in the heart of West Africa. The village was surrounded by dense forests, and the only source of food was what we could grow or hunt. The people of our village were close-knit, and everyone knew everyone else's business. But there was one couple, Nana and Adama, who stood out from the rest. They were beloved by everyone. Everyone. Nana was a tall, strong man with a gentle smile. He was the village blacksmith, known for making the finest tools and weapons. His wife, Adama, was the perfect partner. Beautiful, graceful, and kind-hearted. She ran a small herbal shop where she sold medicinal plants and remedies. The elderly adored her for her care, and the children loved her for the sweet treats she gave them. I remember the first time I met them. I was just a child, about 7 or 8. My parents had sent me to Adama's shop to get some herbs for my mother's illness. When I arrived, Adama welcomed me with a warm hug and a smile. "You must be young Nia, right? Your mother told me you were coming. I have just the herbs for her," she said, her voice so soothing that it instantly put me at ease. Nana, who was standing nearby, looked over with a wide grin. "Ah, you're as strong as your father, I can tell," he said, patting my shoulder in a fatherly way. His presence was warm, like a comforting fire. They were always so nice, always so perfect. It was impossible not to like them. But as I got older, I began to notice strange things, little things, small, unsettling details that didn't make sense. Every so often, the couple would disappear for days on end. They'd be gone, off into the dense forest, only to return with strange, unsettling looks in their eyes. The air around them would feel heavy, and the food they offered would have a strange taste, almost like flesh. The oddest part was that there had been rumors circulating around the village about missing children. At first, it was just a few whispers. A child had gone missing here or there. But over time, the disappearances grew. More children were disappearing, and the villagers were starting to panic. They held meetings, trying to figure out what was happening, but no one ever spoke up about what they suspected. One night I stayed up late, unable to sleep because of a strange feeling that kept gnawing at me. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows, and the moon hung heavy in the sky. I decided to go outside for some fresh air and walk down the dirt path that led to the village square. That's when I saw Nana and Adama. They were walking back from the forest, their clothes stained with something dark, almost black in the dim light. They didn't see me, so I hid behind a tree watching. What happened next made my heart stop. As they approached the village, I saw Nana glance around nervously before he pulled something from his sack. It was wrapped in leaves and cloth, but I could see the shape of what he was carrying. It was small, too small. It was a child's body, wrapped up like a bundle of firewood. Adama reached out and touched his arm. "We need to be careful this time, Nana," she whispered. "The elders are starting to get suspicious." Nana looked around again. "We've always done this for the village. We need to keep feeding them, or the hunger will return. We can't let them starve." Adama nodded. "But the children? They're growing fewer. It's getting harder to get them." A cold chill ran down my spine. I couldn't breathe. My mind raced and my legs felt weak. What were they saying? What was this secret? Why were they hiding the body of a child? As they entered their home, I crept closer, feeling sick to my stomach. I had to know more. I waited until I was sure they were inside, then snuck to the back of their house. The window was cracked open, and through the gap, I could see them preparing something in their kitchen. Adama was chopping what looked like meat, chunks of it, and there was a simmering pot on the stove. Then the horrible truth hit me. The meat wasn't from any animal I recognized. It wasn't from goat, chicken, or cow. The meat was human. I saw them stir the pot, the light from the fire flickering on their faces. Nana looked up at Adama, a smile crossing his face. "It's just like the old ways," he said, his voice low and smooth. "The spirits won't be angry this time. The children's flesh gives them what they need. The village will thrive again." I was frozen in place, my heart hammering in my chest. I had always trusted them, loved them like family, and now I knew the truth. Nana and Adama weren't just kind people. They weren't the good couple everyone thought they were. They had been eating the children of the village, offering their bodies as sacrifices to the spirits in the hopes of ensuring the village's prosperity. The food they had fed us all for years had been tainted with the flesh of innocent children. The next morning, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake, feeling sickened, my stomach in knots. But something in my mind told me I had to do something. I couldn't let this continue. I went to the elders. I told them everything I had seen, everything I had overheard. The villagers gathered in the square, demanding answers. The elders went to Nana and Adama's house to confront them. But when they arrived, the house was eerily silent. The couple wasn't there. We searched the village, the forest, everywhere. But they were gone. It was as though they had vanished into thin air. There was no trace of them, no sign of where they had gone or if they had ever truly existed. But the children's bodies remained hidden in their home, proof of the terrible truth. The village was left in shock, struggling to understand what had happened. We had been living with monsters, and we had never known. To this day, the couple's disappearance remains a mystery. Some say they were taken by the spirits they had so long sought to appease, while others believe they fled into the wilderness, haunted by the guilt of their horrific deeds. But I know what I saw. Nana and Adama weren't the good people they appeared to be. They were predators, hiding in plain sight, feeding off the innocence of the village's children. And as much as the villagers tried to move on, the knowledge of what happened would forever linger in the air, like a dark cloud. Sometimes I can still hear the crackling of the fire, the smell of cooking meat, and the eerie silence that followed when the children went missing. And every time I close my eyes, I wonder, what if they're still out there, waiting for the next village to trust them?